Good morning. How are you today? Well, it's cold. Snow's on the ground. There's a mist all about us, and it's quite nice actually. It feels good. My eyes are settling in, and Congress has finally gotten around to doing a couple of good things. Not as much as we want, promising not perhaps to do more, at least willingly, when Biden becomes president. But as of today, there are people who are hungry, worried about being evicted, unemployed, and small businesses striving to survive. And the bill that Congress passed, bipartisan bill, looks veto-proof, meaning the president won't be able to veto it because they'll be able to override his veto, or so it appears. So we're in a position where people will actually be helped. And at a time of year that we think is special for all the religions and all of our experience, that people should, there should be a gentler time. It should be a good time. It's a time for family. It's a time for charity. So that's very good. Surprisingly, there in the corridors of the West Wing, where the madman stalks the hallways, with fewer and fewer people who will stop and talk to him. In the place where he had this conference on the weekend about what new desperate thing he could do to win the election that he really lost, perhaps painting himself as one of the most tragic presidents we've ever had for dealing with loss. We hear a couple of things. One is that the crazy proposal that was discussed in the West Wing about martial law and seizing voting machines and having another election. And the military's come out foursquare saying, that ain't going to happen. Not with our help. And anyhow, the courts will come in because not only is it stupid, as one commentator said, but it's also unconstitutional and unlawful, and the military doesn't get involved in such things. So that's encouraging to people who are still concerned about the fascist, militaristic, right-wing, autocratic thrust of this administration in its dying days. Another thing, if you remember, supposedly in that weekend meeting, there was talk about making Sidney Powell special counsel, perhaps to investigate Biden's son or someone, and whether or not she could be appointed directly by the president, because maybe that was the fight with Barr, that Barr should appoint her. And her reputation is the worst, if that's possible, when you're considering companionship like Rudy Giuliani, who did not think that she should be unleashed. But here's the kicker. She's been attacking the companies that make the machines, the voting machines, and saying all sorts of things. One is like the magic trick. This machine will take a Trump vote and bing, turn it into a Biden vote. Well, that's not true. And she's been saying that everywhere, and many more things, connecting it to Hugo Chavez in Venezuela, and that he got the machines made just that way for him. So the manufacturers of these machines that are connected are sending out notes, First Amendment slander notes, to Fox and other people who have been publishing this stuff, saying, you know what you did was slander, and what you said was false, and we're suffering damages, and we want you to take it down, and we want you to say that what you said was false. And this is really a mitigation of damages, because what follows upon that is then you sue them anyhow, and as part of that suit, you accept the fact that at some point they did mitigate damages. But before they did, there were severe damages. And then they'll itemize lost contracts, bad publicity, secondary and tertiary bad publicity from what happened. So there are more ways to skin a cat, meaning there are more ways that this administration is going to come a cropper in the days ahead in civil and criminal investigations. So that's a happy day, right? So I'm enjoying this walk, and now that I'm allowed to exercise again, I can pick up my speed and do other things. And I'm looking forward to the holidays. I might be on Ari's show on Wednesday evening. These things change. That's too far in advance, but I got a note about it. And if I am, if it's confirmed, I'll put it up on Twitter as I usually do. But in the meantime, for my wife Holly and I, we wish you the best of the season. We hope you find yourselves with those you love and want to be with, and that if you can't do it in person, you can do it by Zoom or letters or calls or whatever. This has been one hell of a year. We got through it, and the end of the year, we had some terrific successes. And in the new year, like I said, we'll plant that flag for the restoration of the republic, and we'll support Biden in every way we can as he goes forward to show that America still has the capacity to be great. And for now, goodbye, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.